What's going on, moviegoers? If you're new to the channel, my name is Christian. Welcome to SeaWorld Productions. You guys, we got some hot topics we're going to be talking about in today's video. I really want to get back into talking about more of just film as a whole and not just Marvel and DC. Because I remember when I first started the channel, I was talking about everything. So that's one of my main objectives for the rest of the year, is to really talk about more of cinema, more of film, and things that I'm morally interested in other than Marvel and DC, because I feel I'm really limiting myself when I only stick to those two topics. So to be honest with you, there hasn't been that much to really talk about when we're talking Marvel and DC, other than recent rumor reports and things of that nature from, inside scoopers. So I'm excited to jump into some more things in today's video. So let's start it off, you guys. So The Last of Us Part 2 has completely wrapped production and is slated for 2025. Now, I cannot wait. I recently just beat The Last of Us Part 2, the remastered version, on the PlayStation 2. I said PlayStation 2. The PS5, and it was so damn good. The story was so emotional. I'll admit, at the very beginning, I hated Abby and I could not stand Abby. But as her story progressed, you understood where she was coming from and what her motives were and why she did what she did. And I don't want to spoil anything, you guys, because if you haven't played the game, you don't know what to expect for The Last of Us Season 2, which is going to be really intriguing. Oh, man, you guys, I am so excited for this second season. I'm really hoping it's just like the game. I wonder how they're going to cram all of that into one season, or if this is going to be like a part 1 and then a part 2 will release in 2026, because there's just so much storytelling in part 2. I'm really excited for the relationship aspect of Ellie and Dina. And you're throwing Jesse in there, or Owen, Nora. These are some really interesting characters in part 2 that I'm really hoping that they adapt well, especially Abby, man. Because Abby, my God, if you haven't played the game, you are in for a treat. Abby is a beast, man, in The Last of Us Part 2. And I'm really curious to see how they're going to adapt her live action, and if she's going to have that presence. Because if you played the game, you know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about Abby's presence. She's ginormous. She got arms bigger than mine, you guys. But I'm excited for The Last of Us Part 2, you guys. That has completely wrapped. Hopefully we get a first trailer sometime, towards the end of the year, because, it's on the list of everybody's most anticipated show of 2025. I mean, that first season did so well. It was so beloved, you guys. Honestly, it was probably the best live action adaptation of any video game. It was so well made. I mean, Pedro Pascal, come on. And obviously he's returning to, to the role of Joel in season 2, but that's all I'll say. No spoilers, you guys. I don't want to ruin it for you guys. But moving on to the next topic, John Wick Chapter 5 is apparently in the works and starts production next year. Now, keep in mind, they're still doing that high table spinoff that will serve as sequel to John Wick Chapter 4. I mean, Chad is going to be coming back to produce. Keanu Reeves is going to be coming back to produce that series as well. But I in a way, I kind of want them to wrap this up. I want them to wrap up John Wick in a beloved way. I think doing 5 films is enough. I know they tried that Peacock series a while ago about, I forgot what it was called, but it was a complete disaster. Nobody watched it. But if they're doing the high table spinoff and that one spinoff with Ana de Armas, I heard Keanu Reeves is going to be, reprising his role as John Wick in that. I think you do John Wick Chapter 5 and you close the book on that, because Keanu Reeves, he's getting up there in age, and how much longer can he be doing this? I just don't want this to lag on and lag on. So far, all of them have been fantastic. I love all 4 John Wick films. They are so damn good. The action sequences, the story, the characters, the villains, the antagonists, you name it. Everything about these films are so beloved, and I want them to go out on a high note, especially how Chapter 4 ended. Oh, did he die? Come on now, John Wick didn't die. But I'm like, I want him to have a happy ending. I want him to be happy at the end of this, this story. That's what I truly want for John Wick, because if you could date back and you go back to the first film, he was retired, he was married, he was happy, and then his wife died. And then all this stuff it trickled back into his life, and he got back into the game. So I want him to have his happy ending, you guys. But like I said, John Wick Chapter 5, you guys, is apparently in the works and starts production next year. Well, probably for a 2026, 2027 release date. Like I said, you got a spinoff that's already in development, so you'll have something, to bridge in between those gaps, so to say. Peacock, you guys. Now, you guys remember that Friday the 13th prequel series that was going to happen, that was, that was shooting, and then it got canceled? Well, apparently it's back on the table. So, Peacock's up and coming Friday the 13th prequel series Crystal Lake from A24 is officially in the works again. Caleb Kane, welcome to Derry. It's a It prequel that he's doing for HBO Max. He will serve as a series creator, writer, and executive producer. Now that means It, Welcome to Derry must be absolutely phenomenal. Really good. That means there is hope for this Camp Crystal Lake prequel, you guys. I want to see it. I want to see more Jason Voorhees. Honestly, I honestly do. It's been such a long time since we've gotten anything Jason Voorhees in Friday the 13th. It's a beloved franchise. Not all of the films are great. Some of them are guilty pleasures, like Jason X, Jason Goes to Hell. But I want to see more of this character. And if it serves as a prequel to the franchise and you plan to introduce like a Mrs. Voorhees again, and you plan to introduce even like possibly his father, there's some things and some elements you can really, really do well. But how would you feel for a Friday the 13th series without Jason Voorhees? How do you market a Friday the 13th series without Jason Voorhees? Because he has honestly been the face of the franchise since forever. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, because I like being honest with my subscribers and my fans. Look, that original Friday the 13th film is not good by any means standards. It's not. I've rewatched it multiple times, and it's so boring. Like they stated in the Scream films, the sequels doesn't get good until Jason appears, and that is truly the facts, you guys. So I'm really hoping they try to do something unique, something refreshing, something different. I always had my bold take on Friday the 13th in the reboot. I would make Jason black. And I would have Friday the 13th and the whole Camp Crystal Lake be set on a plantation and get really dark and deep with it. You know what I mean? I'm telling you guys, it would be absolutely amazing. But I'm happy that this is actually officially in the works and, it's gotten off the ground because a lot of fans want to see Jason Voorhees return, including myself. I still want to see him on the big screen. I'm cool with Peacock and having it be the series, but I want to see him on the big screen because why not? It's Jason Voorhees, you guys. I can't wait. I'm excited. Let's hope that everything goes as a plan and there's no more issues. There's no more delays with the whole rights in that situation. And we can continue on with Friday the 13th, you guys. And James Gunn really understands what he has in store for Superman. It's something I want to talk to you guys about because this is what he stated online. The fact that Superman has already wrapped filming, right? They wrapped filming a couple of weeks ago, and it's not even September yet. This film comes out next July. That is so many months of post-production work that his visual effects team, his editors, and everybody that's involved in post-production has to make sure Superman is absolutely amazing. And that's what I love so much about James Gunn. You know what I mean? He takes his job very serious. And it dated back to, the first Guardians, the second Guardians, the third, Peacemaker, the Suicide Squad. All of the post work has been phenomenal. The visual effects in all of those projects have been absolutely really good. So I like the fact that James Gunn, he understands. Before we start shooting, everything has to be perfect. I need the entire script to be well done and, no rewrites. I'm storyboarding everything. So by the time he starts shooting, the script is already ready to go. The storyboards are already finished and they can just start shooting. And there's no planned reshoots for Superman. And the fact that, it's only September and this is already done shooting and there's no additional photography and they have all of these months to work on everything in post, that just lets you know how well of a filmmaker James Gunn is. And he doesn't want to put the pressure on his visual effects artists because obviously when you're doing a Superman film, the visual effects are going to be extremely heavy and you want them to look top notch. You want them to look amazing. So the fact that he's already planned everything out, his post-production team has several months to work through everything is amazing to me. And I tip my hat off to James Gunn. It seems like he really understands and he really cooperates with everybody in post-production, because he understands the importance in post-production when you're doing a mega blockbuster film. When you take the Fantastic Four for steps, they just started shooting and they come out, this potentially comes out, I'm saying potentially because I don't know if it's going to be delayed or not, because it comes out in July of next year and they're still shooting. And who knows if they plan to take a break. The holidays are coming up and James Gunn is brilliant because he got everything done shooting before the holidays. So this was a summer shoot and, he got everything finished. So the holidays come up, people can take their breaks. There's no taking breaks from shooting. Obviously, you're taking a break during the holidays from post work and things of that nature. But the Fantastic Four first steps, I don't know how long their shoot is. And using Marvel Studios does have additional photography. So that can go in all the way to, January of 2025. So, you know, I really appreciate James Gunn and the way he handles, you know, his creative team, the way he envisions his work and, you know, his finished and final product. You know, I haven't been disappointed from James Gunn, not once, you guys. Like I said, arguably one of the greatest Marvel trilogies of all time. You know, two of the best, you know, DC projects already with the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker. This guy can't miss right now. So I can't wait to see what he has in store for Superman. I know it's going to be absolutely visually beautiful and stunning, you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about today's topics. Honest thoughts and opinions. How do you guys feel about me jumping into different, you know, categories other than Marvel and DC? You know, because like I stated, that's what I really want to get back into, because I feel like I'm limiting myself when it's only Marvel and DC to the channel. I want to talk about film. I want to talk about all the things that I personally love and enjoy. And actually, I low-key want to talk about like health, wellness, and fitness and stuff like that, because I am embarking on a journey right now and I feel much better mentally. And I think it's something that we should all be taking very, very serious in our lives right now. Take care of yourself physically so you can feel better mentally. It's all a circle of life, you guys. You have to start somewhere. And I feel like it's an extremely important topic that, you know, maybe we should talk about and we can possibly discuss on the channel. Let me know what you guys think. So post your comments down below, and thank you guys for taking time out of your day for watching SeaWorld Productions. Peace.